Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night, wherever you may be. Stamp collecting is fun, and yesterday you may have seen yesterday's video about GB stamps with regards to people. So what I'm going through is a tub full of stamps loaned to me, though I can reef out what I need, by a good old friend of mine, Ian, in the Brotherhood of Stamps, the Fellowship of Stamp Collecting, which is what we must continue to do. And he said, help yourself to any of my spares that you need to fill out gaps in my pretty poor collection. And I'm very grateful to him. So we had a look at people yesterday, particularly around the aspects of trying to identify them through the Google lens, which is proving problematic. Anyway, what I have decided to, as you know, is to set up an envelope for all the years from 2008 up to the present day, and just add stamps from what I'm going through into those envelopes, and then set up pages for those stamps in order. So I'm pretty much in order to 2007, so 2008 is the first year that I'm just gathering. The gathering of the stamps. It's a bit like the gathering of the clans, but without kilts. You know what I mean. So we'll have a look at this. Oh, so by the way, the Collect British Stamps Gibbons catalogue. In full colour, Collect British Stamps. What year was this? 2019. So, yeah, that fulfills my need up to 2019. But we'll have a little look at some of the stamps and just go through them and admire them a little bit. Here we have Rescue at Sea. And this is a 54p stamp. There are 6 in the set. This is the 4th one. So it starts with a first class, then a 46, then a 48, a 54, which is this one. And then there are 2 more. One is a helicopter, and one is a jet plane by the look of it. Can't tell you, we won't have a look at the catalogue as such, but this is a nice 2008 Rescue at Sea, good action picture. So that's nice. Next, we'll have a look at... Oh, I've dropped it. Oh, I have to go down on my hands and knees. Put it there. Okay, so we've got a Christmas stamp. Now, this will be towards the end of the year 2008. I do have a Christmas page, which I think starts 2009. So this just about misses it at the moment. I think it's betwixt and between. I'll check that after. But that's like an Aladdin type, pantomime type stamp, and it's on the back of card. Okay, next one we've got Carry On Screaming, one of my favourite carry-ons. I do love that film. And this is part of a 6-set release, posters for Carry On and Hammer horror films. And there's some great names here. Harry H. Corbett, I thought was fantastic in it. Kenneth Williams, Frying Tonight. Jim Dale, as always. Charles Hawtrey, excellent. Fenella Fielding, beautiful. Joan Sims. And Jack Douglas. Is it Jack Douglas or Angela Douglas, maybe? Angela Douglas. Yeah, so that's a nice stamp. Next one would be... Oh, we Rescue at Sea again. This is a first class, so first in that series, so we put those two together. And, oh, we've got a third one. 54, so that's a double. So that'll go on another pile in order to return to sender, so to speak, if I can use postage parlance. Here we have poppies. So what have we got here with regards to poppies? Well, it's a Lest We Forget third series, 90th anniversary of the armistice. There are 3 stamps in it. There's also what looks to be a little sheetlet of them, but that is further research. 2 of the same. This would be the third one, or the second one rather. So this one is a first class. There is another first class, and this one is also a first class. So 3 first class stamps, of which I have 2 there. So we move those aside. The Mummy and Carry On Sergeant. And The Curse of Frankenstein. So we do have, that's nice, isn't it? That is very nice. So of the 6, we've got 4. That's lovely. So the first one is Carry On Sergeant, first class. William Hartnell, who was Doctor Who. Bob Monkhouse. Wow. Shirley, beautiful. Goldfinger. Eric Barker, Dora Bryan, Bill Owen, who was Compo in Last of the Summer Wine, Kenneth Connor. The gang's all here. So Screaming, we've got Carry On Sergeant, we've got The Mummy. The Mummy Returns. So that is the 81 pence higher value of the set of 6. And Curse of Frankenstein, Peter Cushing, who we saw yesterday. Hazel Court, Robert Urquhart, Christopher Lee. This again is a higher value, 56. Curse of Frankenstein, 56, yeah. And Carry On Screaming is a 72. So the ones missing are Carry On Cleo, James and all that. Infamy, and Dracula. So that's quite a nice collection of 4. Also, I did see earlier, I'll just turn the page. I'll turn it forward again. Yes. So that stamp we saw earlier is here. Genie from Aladdin. Christmas pantomimes. When you get Christmas stamps, usually it suggests the end of the year, but it's 4th of November, so it's slightly before Christmas, so slightly before the end of the year. So there's always time for another one of these, isn't there? Always time for one of these. So they've held it back a little bit, and then you get what I mean. Okay, what have we got next? Here we've got James Bond Casino Royale. 1, 2, 3, 4 versions of the book. Is it? It's interesting that they would have 4 books rather than 4 books are the same rather than rather than 4 different books. We'll have a look up here and see what's going on. Well, here we've got birth centenary of Ian Fleming, author of James Bond books. So this is the first one. It's actually 2008, so it's the first release of the year 2008. So this would be the first stamp that was released in 2008. It's a beauty. Utter beauty. Less beautiful unless you like insects. And the interesting thing I love about this is here's an insect. And here's a cancel that says insects, stamps, April. So we move forward to April. We'll see it here. You'll see that insect is not written here. it is the actual council that I've got, or Ian has got, though I'm taking it possibly. The council is fantastic, isn't it, to coincide with the stamp. It isn't really, because they do create, for first day covers in particular, councils for collectors like us. It's slightly cheating, maybe, I don't know, but you get the idea. Now, this is a set of 10, so 10 different insects, including butterflies and bees and stinging things. Oakley McDokley. Well, we'll just move the camera here to what I hope will be Lichfield Cathedral, which is there. Been to Lichfield. It's got three spires, two for the cathedral itself and one set apart from the main body of that cathedral. But that's a beautiful stamp. Shows Lichfield Cathedral. Everybody, anyone who's gone past it recognises Lichfield Cathedral, but inside is dramatic. Yes, so that's quite nice. There are 6 in this collection. Lichfield, Belfast, Gloucester, St David's in Wales, Westminster, St Magnus in the Orkneys. Righty-ho, next we've got Man's Best Friend, Dog. Let's see if we can find this in the book, and it may tell me something about the stamp. Have I gone too far forward? I think I may have 2009, yeah, so I may have to go backwards. Yeah, it was backwards. It was after the James Bond series. So this came out. This is the second highest valuation, 69. So I've got the cheapest one first of all, which is a first class stamp. So we've got a assistance dog carrying a letter, accompanying a wheelchair user, and has got his yellow coat on, his yellow covering, to suggest he's an assistance dog. That's quite nice. And then here we have a sheepdog, very intelligent, instinctively love rounding up sheep, can be noisy, will bark incessantly, but a farmyard dog basically, a border collie, and this particular one is called Bob, and this series, the 6 of them, is actually celebrating working dogs, and I've got 2 of them. Now then, there's always an unfinally moment, and we've come to ours maybe slightly early, only 12 minutes or so have gone. A month for all that. I suspect that this isn't a 2008. I suspect it would be a 2009. Simply because Robert Burns, there's a 1759 here, which tells me that usually the sort of modern date matches the historical significance of the past. And as I'm turning pages, I'm not getting anywhere. So I could be doubly wrong, it could be a double bluff, and I could be completely wrong, and in fact I believe I am completely wrong about the year. So I'm going to look up this year after. I'm not going to say what it is. If you know what it is, leave me a comment in the section below. A man's a man for all that. Robert Burns, 1759, it's got to be surely 2009, hasn't it? I don't know. Anyway, that is it for now. That is my homage, the collection I've got in 2008. The next year will be 2009, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you've enjoyed looking at the stamps. The weather is very gloomy, so the light is very, very difficult here in the UK. We had 2 beautiful days, and then it's back to this again. I hope you're having a fantastic day yourself, wherever you may be. Keep collecting stamps, keep doing those videos, keep watching, keep clicking the likes to my own videos, and also all the people that we follow. Give them a thumbs up, leave them a comment. It supports the channel, it supports stamp collecting. I mean, if it's good enough for this fella to help with the mail, it's good enough for us, isn't it? Anyway, we'll leave it at that for now. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye for now.